The French President Emmanuel Macron has expressed optimism that there is a path to peace for Ukraine after making what he calls substantive steps forward in his meeting with Donald Trump in Washington.
He's a smart customer, I will tell you that. Sure.
It was a warm welcome to the White House for the French leader, who came to discuss the war after the US initiated talks with Russia to bring an end to the 3-year-old conflict. At their joint media conference, Mr Macron stated there was good reason for the US to re-engage with Vladimir Putin. The French president stressed the need for Europe to provide security guarantees and backed a possible peacekeeping force in Ukraine. Mr Trump also called for the continent to step up its funding commitments.
We want peace. This peace must not mean a surrender of Ukraine. This peace cannot be a ceasefire without guarantees. This peace must provide for conditions of Ukrainian sovereignty, allowing Ukraine to negotiate with the parties involved all the issues that affect it and for which it alone has the right to negotiate.
The cost and burden of securing the peace must be borne by the nations of Europe, not alone by the United States. And Europe must take that central role in assuring long-term security of Ukraine, which they want to do. And that's not a very big step. The big step is what's going to happen over the next few weeks.
At the United Nations, the Security Council has approved a US-sponsored resolution calling for a quick end to the war in Ukraine, but it fails to mention Russian aggression. Earlier, the General Assembly rejected the resolution. However, European nations successfully lobbied for changes that reflected their long-held support of Kyiv, noting its sovereignty, independence and territorial integrity. Russia's change to the US draft was rejected.
Unfortunately, the absence of our amendment stating that we need to eradicate the root causes of the conflict, and also after the European amendments were taken in, the essence of it has become completely distorted. As a result, instead of an appeal for peace, which originally was put there by the American colleagues, we ended up with yet another anti-Russian piece of paper that is distorting the truth.
Under pressure, Ukrainian troops continue to fight Russian forces in eastern Ukraine. After Vladimir Putin launched what he called his special military operation in February 2022, the Kremlin now occupies about a fifth of Ukrainian territory. With the change of US administration, there is a sense of unease across the country after the US signalled a shift in policy and opened direct dialogue with Moscow, but without Kyiv at the negotiating table. The US also wants access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals in exchange for its wartime aid.
Peace from the position of a victim doesn't suit us. There's no way. That's not what we've fought for, and we haven't buried our best comrades for this. To now trade with territories, rare earths, our sovereignty or something else, we're not going to sell any of it.
This is vile betrayal by America. They want to make all the decisions right away and then press. Give us the minerals. Give us this. Give us that. It's infuriating.
This year must become a year to mark the start of real, solid peace. Putin will not gift us this peace. We will not give it away in exchange for something. We must achieve peace through force, wisdom and unity in our cooperation.
Now in Kyiv, the Ukrainian president urged Western leaders who made the trip to the Ukrainian capital to continue their support 3 years into the war. Several nations have pledged more military aid, while underscoring the need for a durable peace agreement over a simple ceasefire.
We must do everything in our power to enable Ukraine to secure a just and lasting peace, a peace that cannot be achieved without Ukrainians at the table. That is precisely what Canada is focused on. Canada has been a steadfast, unshakable partner to Ukraine since the beginning, and that will never, ever change.